Hello, friends. We sure did not have very good luck this morning with our internet. And I apologize. Right as I was about to read a story to you, Elsa snuck into my screen and froze me. So I thought, how about I read the story now and you can listen to it whenever it's convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm hoping you can see this okay. But the story that we were starting to read was called Fluffy's Lucky Day. And this is a story about a cute little guinea pig named Fluffy. This part is called I Love Green. Today is our lucky day, Miss Day told her class. It is, thought Fluffy. Oh boy, we have a visitor from Ireland, said Miss Day. This is Mr. Kelly, Jasmine's grandfather. He has come to tell us about St. Patrick's Day and about the green land of Ireland. I love green, thought Fluffy. Do any of you love green? Yeah. Mr. Kelly had on a green shirt, a green vest. He had on green pants and green shoes. He wore a red scarf around his neck. Top of the morning to you, said Mr. Kelly. I love green. Me too, thought Fluffy. Now, Fluffy is thinking of something green. It kind of looks like a piece of lettuce. Ireland has green, green grass, said Mr. Kelly. I love grass, thought Fluffy. Ireland has hills of green clover. I love clover, thought Fluffy. Take me to Ireland. On St. Patrick's Day, said Mr. Kelly, everyone in Ireland wears green, even the leprechauns. He walked to Fluffy's play yard. He picked Fluffy up. He said, a leprechaun is a wee one, no bigger than this guinea pig. Hey, who are you calling a wee one? Thought Fluffy. Leprechauns always tell the truth, said Mr. Kelly. They are grumpy and very rich. Every leprechaun has a pot of gold. I wish I had a pot of gold, said Emma. Me too, everyone said. Me too. Do you want a pot of gold? Fluffy was not sure what gold was, but everyone wanted a pot of it. So Fluffy wanted a pot too. If you catch a leprechaun, you can get his gold, said Mr. Kelly. How? Asked Maxwell. Yeah, how? Thought Fluffy. Okay, so we're going to learn how to catch a leprechaun. Keep your eye on him, said Mr. Kelly. He cannot disappear while you are looking at him. He will try to get away. Oh, yes. He will try to trick you, but keep looking at him. At last, he will give up and show you where his gold is hidden. Have you ever seen a leprechaun? Asked Wade. I've caught one, said Mr. Kelly. He is in my pocket. Mr. Kelly reached into his pocket. Come out, Tom, he said. Fluffy's eyes grew bigger. He couldn't wait to see the wee one. Oh, my stars, said Mr. Kelly. Tom has disappeared. If you see him, keep your eye on him and catch him. Fluffy did not see Tom, but he hoped that he would. Then he could catch him and get his pot of gold. After all, thought Fluffy, today is my lucky day. So we're going to do one more chapter called Fluffy Meets a Leprechaun. Will you stay for our St. Patrick's Day party? Miss Day asked Mr. Kelly. We're having green cupcakes, said Emma. With green sprinkles, said Jasmine. I'll stay, said Mr. Kelly. Fluffy closed his eyes. He pictured Ireland. He saw green grass and green clover and green beans and all sorts of good green things to eat. Fluffy saw himself dressed in green with a red scarf around his neck. Kind of looks like Mr. Kelly. Fluffy walked down a green road. He heard a noise. Fluffy looked behind a bush. A leprechaun, thought Fluffy. Top of the morning to you, leprechaun, Fluffy said. The leprechaun jumped. Oh, my stars, he said. Fluffy looked at the leprechaun. Where is your pot of gold? Fluffy said. Over there, said the leprechaun. He pointed. In the field. See it? Fluffy was about to turn his head. Then he remembered he had to keep looking at the leprechaun. You can't trick me, said Fluffy. He kept his eyes on the leprechaun. I give up, said the leprechaun. I will take you to my gold. Fluffy smiled. Let's go, he said. The leprechaun led Fluffy to a field of weeds. My gold is buried here, he said, under this weed. Fluffy knew the leprechaun was telling the truth. I will get a shovel, Fluffy said. I will dig up your gold. Fluffy had to find this weed again. So he tied his red scarf to it. Do not take the scarf off while I am gone, said Fluffy. I won't, said the leprechaun. All right, that's a pretty good plan. So even if the leprechaun disappears, the scarf is still going to be tied to that weed. Oh no. Fluffy knew the leprechaun was telling the truth. He ran home for a shovel, but when he came back, he got a big surprise. A red scarf just like his was tied to every weed. Which weed was it? Said Fluffy. There was no way to tell. Oh, that tricky leprechaun. The leprechaun told the truth, thought Fluffy. But he tricked me. Now I will never find his pot of gold. Fluffy heard someone laughing, and he knew it was the leprechaun. So that is the end of the book that we're going to read for today. I hope you enjoyed it. So remember, leprechauns, they are very rich. They're sometimes grumpy. They're wee little people. They have to tell the truth. And if you ever see one, you have to keep your eye on it. Otherwise, it can disappear. So I'm wishing you the best of luck today. If you see a leprechaun, catch it and share your gold with your lovely teacher. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this story. I'm sorry I couldn't read it this morning, but thank you so much for listening now.